Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm the 20-something grandma and today I'm going to show you how to make these crunchy, delicious, cheesy crackers loaded with fresh herbs from our garden. These are incredible and they never last long in my house. To make these you will need salt, all-purpose flour, fresh herbs, garlic, pecorino cheese, olive oil, and heavy cream. So, to start with, you are going to remove the herbs from their stem and then cut them into really fine pieces. You could totally customize this recipe and use any herbs you like or have on hand. I used rosemary, sage and thyme for this batch, but I also used basil before and that works really well and also gives it a nice and kind of slight green color. Just make sure to cut them into really fine pieces, otherwise you'll have these big chunks of herbs in your dough and then in your final cookies and the texture will be kind of weird. So look out for that. You'll also need to finely grate your cheese and mince your garlic. And if you have a food processor on hand, you can just put everything in there and mix it that way. But that doesn't make for a very interesting video, so I thought I'm doing it the old-fashioned way for you guys. And I also really enjoy putting them into these neat little batches afterward and seeing how fine I've cut them. So yeah, that made me really happy. Next, you're gonna put your salt and your flour into a bowl and combine them together. Then add in your olive oil and stir again until it reaches that kind of crumbly, coarse, wet sand consistency that you sometimes also get in making pastry, but this time it's just for the crackers. Then you can add in your garlic, all of that lovely cheese, and the fresh herbs as well, of course, and stir them together again. Then add in the heavy cream and combine them together and form them quickly into a dough ball by hand. You need to do that quickly because otherwise your dough will get way too warm and sticky and not really easy to work with. So once you have it into a ball like this and your bowl is clean, just flour a work surface and start rolling out your lovely cracker dough. If you find that it's hard to roll or sticking to everything, just whack it in the fridge for a few moments and it'll be ready to go. You should end up with like a 4mm thick dough, or even thinner if you like them more crispy. Then you can cut them into whatever shapes you like, use a cookie cutter, a pizza cutter, whatever. I just like the crooked edges, this one gives mine. But I've also cut them just with a knife, that works totally fine. Then I sprinkle them with some coarse sea salt, just for presentation reasons, but that's totally optional. And bake them in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 14 to 17 minutes, depending on how crisp I want them. These were in for 16 minutes, I think. By this, your whole house will smell incredible, and your family, if they're anything like mine, they will start to pour into the kitchen and linger and annoy you until the crackers are cooled down enough to eat, at which point they will devour the whole tray and you'll have to make another batch to shoot the end credit footage. But oh well, that doesn't really bother me anyway. If you liked the video, please consider to like or subscribe, that would really mean a lot to me. And let me know how your crackers turned out in the comments down below. See you next time, and stay safe everyone! Bye!